that over a bit so I can see that. Okay, hello, it is I, IARESMART. We're gonna be playing the Stanley Parable again, because this was really fun last time I did a live stream on this. So, no one's here yet. That's fine. I just did a thing. I had to go through all the settings. Like, if you know, like, you have to, like, go through here, and if you adjust all these, like, sliders, you get an achievement for putting, like, the number on everything individually. Like, you just hold, like, the arrow keys and, like, adjust them all the way down and then all the way up. And then you get an achievement for that. And I was like, that's kind of cool, so I'll do that. I don't think I'll 100% this, but maybe I will. I don't know. I like getting achievements, you know, it's fun. Because you get like, woo, I did a thing. And then you get an achievement and it says you did a thing. So, anyway. Where did we... Last time we left off, a viewer was telling me I need
This
to...
is the story of a man named Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was...
Yeah, this is where we
employee
did... We
number
went through this last time.
427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427.
We'll go through this again while we wait for people to show up.
Orders
I have to
came
go
through a
unplug
monitor
a
on
phone,
desk,
is what I was
telling
told to
what
do.
buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yeah, I bet he was. Or he
And then
wasn't.
one day,
Plot
something very
twist.
peculiar happened.
That's
Something
where the
that would
game
forever
events happen,
change
baby.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him
Honestly,
to follow.
that wouldn't even be
No
that
one had
bad.
showed up to give him instructions.
Like, if I went to work
Call a
one day
meeting,
and no one was
or
there,
even say hi.
and, like, I had nothing
Never
to do,
in all his years at the company
that'd be pretty
had
cool.
This happened. This complete isolation. Something
I
was
really
very
wouldn't
clearly
mind that. I
wrong.
would just chill out,
Shocked,
get myself a
frozen
drink
solid,
from the cooler,
Stanley
or
found
from the,
himself
like,
unable to move for
from the soda
longest
machine,
time.
you know, like,
But as
something
he came
like
to
that.
his wits and regained his senses,
And just hang
he
out,
got up
you
from
know?
his desk and stepped out of his
Oh.
office.
I got an achieve for quit the game and then started again. Because I guess this is the second time I've played this. Cool. Oh. I generally thought I was still in a cutscene. That's a good transition. I was like, oh, wait, I can actually play. Oops. I forgot.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay.
What could it mean?
I forget. Are you
Stanley
supposed
decided
to...
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That does something.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Turn off all the computers. What are we just wasting energy here, people? Come on. We're just wasting. We're wasting so much. Like, turn your computer off. Come on. Ridiculous. Okay, this is still here good, so we can go check this out later, but I still got, like... That's, like, the part 2 stuff. I still haven't even got through all the part 1 stuff.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Nuh-uh.
he entered the door. This was not the
Nuh-uh.
direct way to the meeting room, and
Nuh-uh.
Stanley knew it perfectly
I'm gonna
well.
go my own way.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yep.
It had really been worth
There's
the
the
detour
soda
after
machine.
all, just to spend a few moments here in this
Ah.
immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley's
With a
simply
very
stood there,
unsafe step here.
drinking it all in.
Not wheelchair accessible in the least. Honestly, like, they're gonna get in trouble for this room. I keep mentioning this. This is a dangerous... That's like a foot.
Yes, really.
Yeah,
really
because
worth
it's
it
not
being
wheelchair
here in the
accessible.
room.
Like, I don't use a wheelchair, and I don't know if
So
anyone at the
utterly
office does.
captivating
But if we have any
that even though
visitors,
all your
like,
coworkers
I'm just
had
saying,
mysteriously
man,
vanished, but
we gotta
eager
fix
to get
that.
Back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. IARESMART does whatever he
Stanley
wants
was so bad
to.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Shut up, narrator. We're gonna go
Look,
find
Stanley, I think perhaps we've
something.
gotten off on the
I
wrong
forget.
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
That seems like a
investing
very
your
unsafe
trust in
warehouse.
someone
Like, how do you
else
even
can be
get the
difficult,
stuff up
but
there?
the fact
Like,
is
that
the
forklift
story
is not gonna
been
go
about
that high
nothing
up.
But you all this time?
I mean, they've got this
There's someone
freight
you've been
elevator,
neglecting, Stanley.
but it only goes,
Someone you've
like,
forgotten
this way.
about.
How do they get those
Please,
boxes up there?
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself.
Who's her?
To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Her? There is no
She's
her.
been waiting.
There is no she. Ah.
That's her, Stanley.
Who?
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Who?
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
I guess I
Well,
did.
that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Well, a viewer
You
told me I
actually
could.
Chose incorrectly? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that was possible.
I guess it was.
Double check.
It's gotta check the strip.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Well, I don't have a
Music
wife.
comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Lore?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
Okay,
It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world
I like the lighting
decision-making.
in this
Or
room.
did you
Anyway.
not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on
So
my
I'm not
watch.
Stanley.
I'm going to stop the game for a moment
Uh-oh.
so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh,
Choice.
okay.
It's the best part of being a real person.
The best part of being
But
a real
if used
person.
incorrectly can also be the most dangerous.
Ah, yes,
For
indeed.
example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person
Ah,
named
hello, Rupert.
has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people.
Ah, yes, the
Or he
bug
could
burger.
spend years of hard work forgetting how to read.
Of course.
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense.
Ah,
At no
yes.
time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find
Yes, of
yourself
course.
speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
Of course,
Allow
yes.
the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn
yes,
to a
quite
partner
right.
and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and
Making
crack.
choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
Of course.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Yes, 8. Let me write
Do you
that down.
make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world,
yes,
just
existentialism.
remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant.
Yes.
And the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh,
Welcome
okay.
back. You
Whoa.
may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Well, here's all the
Not to worry.
forklifts.
Now that you're properly
Too bad I'm not
informed on good
forklift certified.
decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
What? There's alright. So there's like a bit of railing there. The signs are all plastered along the wall. The lighting textures are all wrong. There's a lot of fun stuff like this in the game. Just like game glitches, but that are intentionally done to be goofy. I don't know how to describe it. That's where a lot of the fun in this game is. Like it's well written, but it also has just a lot of video game jokes. Like you have to have played a lot of video games to get the jokes, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. They put up safety guardrails now, so I can't jump off.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Yeah.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story.
I'd watch that movie.
Story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
Really? You couldn't...
Unfortunately, it seems
Look at
this
this.
place is not
They
well
couldn't
equipped
just
to deal with
make
reality.
it shorter? Why'd they have... Like, this side is longer than this side, but they didn't want to make... So they're just like, we'll just smush that there. That's kind of lazy, I'm going to be honest. Like, at least they made this capable of opening. I think that was there before. Yeah, there's a penalty for killing yourself in this game. That sounds like a pretty regular workplace. So he's gonna be like, no, you have to go in here now, or whatever the open door is. Or no, is he gonna have me go back in there? We're going back to the meeting room. He's forcing me to go back to the other door. Crazy.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Interesting. So he knows I'm not Stanley now. He's treating me slightly differently. Or maybe I am Stanley. Maybe he's just misleading me all along. I can never trust this guy. But he is pretty funny, though.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Why, though?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But I could. You think if I go in here, he's gonna be like, no, try again.
No! How did you do that?
Uh-oh.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too
Oh,
late.
no. Everything's breaking. Yep, that looks like a pretty normal file cabinet. That's actually, it's just doing yoga. Yeah. It looks so goofy. I love it. Yes. I feel like this, though. I feel like this you could actually put in an art museum and just say, like, this is to represent the horizon line, but then it's skewed by the picture of the mountain, and then that represents the futility of life or something. I don't know. I feel like you could put that in a museum and it would do really well. Were those lights out before? What if I go back in here? I don't think it's going to do anything. It's probably going to be the same. Yeah, it's still the same. Okay, I have to go in here now. Okay. Alright, are you happy, Dad? I made the right choice. Alright, everything looks pretty normal in here. Alright, we're back in this room. Oh.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that?
I can't.
What did you think
How do I get
was
over
so
there?
special about seeing the game undone? Left here
I
like
think
so
it's kind of
much
funny.
garbage. It's worthless now.
What was that noise?
What am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have to.
Ah! 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 Oh, great. Now we're in analog horror.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish.
This is
With
like
you.
Portal 2
You,
opening vibes.
Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was
This
the only
looks
thing in the
cool.
world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah,
You
a
just
little
had to
bit.
See?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be
You didn't
like
really give me a
Stanley?
reason why, though.
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for
Hey,
it.
watch your language.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
Okay, it had,
There's a world
but...
outside of you. You're a child.
Hey, I may be a child,
My story.
you know, but...
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would
I
have been
tried
so
that before.
Perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and
Oh,
always putting the
just
story
back
first.
here.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, but... well, I don't know what's gonna happen now. We're gonna go with this. Just to see. I think it's...
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh!
Is behave exactly as Stanley would.
He's just gonna
That
keep
means
resetting
choosing
it.
responsibly and always putting the story
Well,
first.
now I have to
I'm
keep
quite sure
going
you'll be up to the
and see if
task.
it's just
Just
gonna...
follow
Is it
my
gonna
lead
get
and
me
you'll
stuck
be
here?
fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
At some point he's
entered
just
the
gonna
door on
block
his
it off
left.
completely, right? And it's still ruined. But he didn't say anything this time. It's all just like wonky, but... Huh. Didn't say anything.
No! Why
Oh,
did you do
there it
that?
goes. It didn't
Quickly,
trigger.
Hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly.
Okay, so he
and
seems to be
always
forcing
putting
me
the
down this
story
path,
first.
essentially.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead.
I
and
could
you'll
keep
be
going there, but I
fine.
really don't think it's
All
gonna do
right.
anything.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Oh,
doors,
hello, Michael Verdon.
he
Thanks for
entered the
joining
door
quick.
on his left.
I'm going left now, I guess. Boop. Boop. Alright, it looks pretty normal now.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
So
go
are
up
we
to
just,
his
like,
boss's
forced to be
office,
back on the main
hoping he
track?
might find an answer there.
Come on, man. I can't even go in my broom closet. This is not, like, blocked off, but...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley
Oh.
walked upstairs to his boss's
There
office.
used to be an option there. All the options are gone now. They've been forcefully removed. I can't even go in the bathroom. Yep. Oh, wait, this is different.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely
Hidden
behind this
bookcase.
door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the
I am
code
the
to
most
open the
expensive
door?
boss.
Would it still work?
Yet doesn't show his
There
face.
was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Password. Guys, I don't think that worked. Password.
Stanley spoke the code.
Oh.
Night
Well, I didn't know what it was.
115. He spoke it into the receiver right there
Night
on the
Shark
wall.
115. Did that work? What?
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
I'm talking. My
You didn't
microphone's
mishear me,
on.
Did you?
What?
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm working on it. Night Shark 115. Isn't that what he said? Hello?
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it.
I'm
but you know
doing
what?
it.
It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far,
Uh.
only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you.
The
for
game
this
didn't ask
one
for a
single
microphone
thing,
input.
For your respect.
Like, it's going to the
Kind
live
respect
stream.
Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
Nightshade
If you didn't want to see what I had to
115.
show you, then why did you come
Am I
here?
missing a button
You
or
had a
something?
choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted.
I did go
over
through the
there.
door on the
Why
right.
Did you come this way?
Because
Speak.
I had no
Say
option.
something to me.
I
Explain
am
yourself, you
talking.
coward.
Shut up. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of
Whoa.
open doors,
Ah!
he entered the door on his left.
I'm having an out-of-body experience.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Ah.
Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end?
I need you to walk through the door.
Ah.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
Is everything all right?
We somehow reached the end of the
This
game.
is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist.
So is this the end of the original game or the end of the, like, additional stuff? Also, hello, cool Boxu. Welcome in.
Simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know.
Look at this goofy face.
The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
Oh, this is kind of cool. If I back up slowly, it makes the text look kind of weird.
Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Oh, look at that.
That's all right.
Sorry, Leroy.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Who's Leroy?
Take as much time as you need.
I didn't get an achievement for that, though. Did I? I don't think I did.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, this time I think I'm going to try and figure out how to, like, turn off the brain machine thing. Oh. Huh. I don't know how that thing works. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You're welcome. Oh, I swore that opened for a second.
Yet there was not a single person
Go through here.
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So
My
he
old
turned
friend.
around and got back on track.
Going down
Coming
there
to a
didn't lead to
staircase,
anything. I
Stanley
just,
walked
like,
upstairs
stuck,
to his
and it was
boss's
like
office.
the ending where you die and go crazy. I don't think there's anything else missing in there. Was this here before? I don't remember that being here. The elevator led to nothing. I remember that. We went in the elevator and it was just music. And oh, that's... Look at the poor panda with a gun to its head. Jeez. Was that there before? Yep, we're not going in there. You're just sitting there and nothing happens. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
I
unraveled,
forgot what the
Stanley
code
wondered
is.
in disbelief who orchestrated this.
Two,
What
two,
dark
two,
secret was being
two,
held from
two.
him? What he could not have known
Okay,
was
let's
that
try
the keypad
two,
behind the boss's
two,
desk
two,
guarded
three.
the terrible truth
Nope.
that his boss had been
Two,
keeping from
two,
him.
two,
And so the
four.
boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number.
2225.
2845.
Okay, fine, I'll do
But
that.
of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Wow. You can see the insulation coming off the walls. Okay. Is this a fade to black? I can't remember. Yeah, it is a fade to black.
Descending deeper into the building,
Okay.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. This time, I'm gonna figure it
Stanley
out.
walked straight
I'm gonna
ahead through the
figure
large
out
door that read,
how to
"Mind
shut
Control
down the
Facility."
machine. Alright? Push the big button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Boom, big reveal.
Now
Everyone's
the
being
monitors
mind
jumped to
controlled.
life. their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, that one's up there is kind of messed up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Ba,
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I need to watch Incredibles again, man.
No. He refused to believe it. He
Pirate?
couldn't accept
There's a pirate
his own
employee
life
here?
in someone else's control.
That's kind of cool.
Never.
Did they go
It
like,
was
"Yar,
unthinkable.
welcome to the office, me
Wasn't
hearty"?
it? Was it even
That'd be
possible?
cool. I want to meet them.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for
Okay,
all.
I need to keep track of where the buttons are. So 5 is right here. That was what messed me up last time. Then 3 is over here. Okay. That looks important. There's a button here. There's a bunch of multicolored buttons. I don't know what those do, though. 1 and 2 are up here, and 4 is up there. But I can't go up there yet. I'm pretty sure that's 4 up there. It's hard to see. And there's no zoom in button. I think it's 4 up there. So 5. So we got 1, 2. 3 is against that wall. 4, and then 5. I think I have to push them in some order, or just in numerical order. And I don't know if these buttons do anything. I mean, there's a big red button here. Okay. There's so many buttons. There's also a big terminal here. Okay, I think, like, when you turn it off, it, like, blows up. Or you try and take control for yourself, it blows up. I can't remember. What did I do last time?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything.
No, it was when I turned it on. That's when it started to blow up. Okay. Because when I turned it off, I remember, then I got, like, the ending where you, like, go outside. I've gotten that one before when you push off. So turn it on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls,
Okay.
did you?
Now we have to
Kept
figure
you
it out.
enslaved all these years. You go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Okay.
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
Yes.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating.
Why
the
does my
entire
office have
complex.
nukes?
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's
Okay,
your time
3.
to shine.
3.
You are the star.
Is over here.
It's your story now. Shape
All
it
the
to your
monitors are saying
heart's
3.
desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
time left to enjoy it. Mere moments
3.
until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More
What?
time to talk about you, about me.
Every button hit
where
dark
we're going,
blue?
What all this means. I barely
No,
know
4.
where to start. What's that?
No.
You'd like to
5.
know where your co-workers are. A moment
Is
of
it not this
solace
one?
before you're obliterated.
They're showing colors too.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you
Okay.
exactly what happened to them. I erased
You have
them.
3 attempts
I
remaining.
turned off the machine. I set you free.
Okay, wait.
Of course, that
Now
was
it's
merely
showing
in this instance
just
of the
5
story.
green.
Sometimes when I tell it,
Activate
I simply
button
let
hit
you sit
green.
there in your office forever, pushing buttons
That's just
endlessly
green
and
too,
then
though.
dying alone.
Uh,
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside.
green.
or I let it burn
Anyone?
to a
Any green
crisp.
button? Green.
I have to say this though, this version of events.
Why is that
is
incorrect?
Amusing.
Oh, wait,
Watching
there's
you try
green.
to make sense of everything and take back
Oh.
the control wrested away from you. It's quite rich. I almost hate to see it
Fooey.
go.
3.
But
We'll go
I'm
back to
sure
3 again.
Whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
I hit the 3
You know
button.
To
What
hell
more
with
do you
it.
want from
I'm
me?
going to put some extra
Okay.
time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be
Executing
doing
button
right
hit
now?
graphic provided.
Or did
Button
you
hit
just
3.
assume when you
I
saw
hit,
that
but it says
timer
dark blue
that
1.
something in this room was capable
Dark
of
blue
turning
1.
it off?
Why are there so many buttons that don't seem to mean
Running
anything?
from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
attempts remaining.
These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door.
Yeah,
Everything,
I think-
anything,
did I just
something
screw
here will
myself?
Save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
Yeah.
Done? Solved? Do you have
I hit
any
3.
idea what your purpose in this place is?
I hit 3. Okay, but it's saying dark blue. What if I hit button 1?
Stanley.
Is that gonna say
You're
wrong?
in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler.
No,
for
it
you.
still says 3.
That
But I
timer
pushed
isn't
one of the
calculated to
colored
keep the
buttons.
action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching the cutscene, because I would watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Charge. What do
to
I
see
charge?
you made humble. This is not a challenge.
Okay.
It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world.
Maybe I have to hit a red button and then
But I'm
1?
going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
Okay,
That's 30
well,
seconds
now
you
it's
have
just
left to
like-
struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Now I don't get an
No
option.
one here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will
Huh.
you let it go peacefully?
We're doing. I guess we're back here again. I don't know how to do this. I could look it up, I guess.
It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in.
This
until
kinda
the moment I
sucks.
say, happily ever
It doesn't make any sense. Not a big fan of that. But I will figure it out eventually. But it just doesn't, like, you'd think push the button with the number on it or push the colored
All of
button,
his
but no.
coworkers were gone.
It's some other
What did it mean?
random
Stanley
nonsense.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
All right,
simply
should we
missed
go
a
to the
memo.
new content? No, but you still have stuff to do in the other room. I just remembered. Ah, okay. To keep track on that. Ba. If we go in here
When Stanley
and
came
jump
to a set of
down,
two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Then
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
we end up
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
somewhere.
first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room.
Yep.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took
There's
the
also a way
first open
through
door on his
here.
left.
I don't remember if I went through there yet. I think I went down that way. I don't remember where that. I think that just gets you back on the main path.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
We gotta go through there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Okay, last time in
I
here,
don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to
it
help
was
you,
like
to show you something
there was a red
beautiful.
door and a blue door.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your
And I kept
side.
going through the other
Give me a
one
chance.
until something
Now
happened, but I
listen
completely
carefully,
forgot
this
what
is
it was.
important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, fine, I'll go through the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Let's see what happens
that
now.
I really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
Okay, now I'm just walking in circles.
And running, just the way you're doing right now.
Yep.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Are you gonna
And
forcefully stop me?
Well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay. Whoa.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Ooh. What the heck?
Here. Yes. Oh,
Whoa.
it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel
Pretty.
happy. I actually feel happy.
What is this? Where am I? Is this enlightenment? Is this heaven? What is this place? Have I died? Look at all the pretty colors. Oh my goodness. The cosmic energy, it's all around me. I feel the force flowing through me. It's like everything makes sense. I get it all. All the meaning has been this room full of goofy looking colors and space. It's all I've ever wanted. I'm going to walk through this door into nothing.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I felt like going through here now.
Oh no.
That room was pretty boring.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset.
Yeah, I know,
We'll
but
lose all of
like,
this.
come on, it's got railings. It's not like I'm gonna fall.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Dude, it was pretty cool, but like, I mean, come on, man. Like, it's just a stairway. I'm just hanging out here
Please,
for a
Stanley,
minute.
think about what you're doing.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump. Why would I do that? I thought this was going somewhere. I'm not just gonna jump to my death. That would be silly. Why would I do that? Sorry, I didn't realize that was a stairway that led to nowhere. Let's go back to the pretty color room. Remember, guys, jumping off a stairway is not the answer.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me.
The
you
colors
won't
are
go back
different.
there, hmm? Just stay here.
Ah, this is nice. This is quite comforting. The ambient sounds. This is like chill beats to relax / study to. Do we all need a break for a minute? Let's all just relax. Here, I'll quiet my voice down a bit. I'll get closer to the microphone. Just more soothing and calm. So I'll take a moment and appreciate the beauty of our world. What does it all mean? Do these graphics represent something? Are they simply just stimulation? Keep us distracted in the day-to-day? Or is there some grand meaning in all of this? Okay, but seriously, what am I supposed to do here, huh? Am I supposed to just jump then? Is that what you want, game?
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Mm-hmm.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
I don't know. I'm just trying to exhaust all your dialogue, man. Nah. Nah. Can't do it. It would hurt too much. So if we go back a third time, do you think there'll be more colors? Maybe some other kind of weird graphic? Whoa! Oh, it's doing this again.
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you showed me everything there is to see in this room. My options are, you know, just stay here and look at the graphics and listen to nice music. Or go back in there. I think I've exhausted his dialogue. Well, I guess then, I guess it's time. Sayonara.
No!
Oh.
Thank God. You lived.
Ah.
You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Can't even jump off a bridge right. My legs hurt a bit, though. I do should be walking a bit slower.
There. See? This is what you want.
I
This
guess.
is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop
Yeah,
moving,
with my broken legs.
we just have to stop moving.
I have to stop moving? Okay. I stopped moving. This is boring. Hella off topic and maybe a hot take, but I really like watching Star Wars and Disney stuff to more understand reference in Disneyland Disney World. It was so fun when I went there a couple years ago. Yeah, I'd love to go to Disney sometime. That'd be nice. Do you think it's like this? Do they have a room like this at Disney? They should make a room like this at Disney. I've seen like planetarium stuff that was kind of like this. Maybe if I jump off again, it'll work this time.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Exactly. That's the point.
No. No, no. What do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I mean, like, I jumped off there once and I was fine. Like, naturally, the reaction is to do it again to test my immortality.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
Okay, since you asked so nicely.
Yes. Perhaps you can.
Am I going slower each time?
Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
You don't even change the graphics anymore, man. They're just this now. This is just testing the capabilities of my GPU.
You'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of boring to just stay here.
No.
So this is my
Perhaps
YouTube
not.
recommendations. Well, welcome. I'm live streaming. Wait, what is this? Aw, look at the cute little drawing. That's nice. I think some developer's kid made that or something, and they were like, ah, yes, this dingy hallway. I'll put my kid's drawing in there. Okay, I'm definitely becoming slower each time I jump off.
Oh, God. Is this really how much
I
you
don't dislike.
my
I didn't
game?
say that.
You'll throw yourself from this platform over and over.
I
You
stopped
will-
what I'm saying,
you
man.
actually
Stop putting
willing
words
to
in my
kill
mouth.
yourself to keep me
Nuh-uh.
in?
No.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Well, you don't do anything if I go there. You just say nothing. If I go in here, you at least say something. Whack.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it.
Yeah, I'll get a little
I
kick
don't
out of
know
it, yeah.
anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Yeah, it is. This is getting kind of excruciating. Just go already. Ah!
Is it
Oh!
over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Huh.
I'm going...
Was that 4 or 5 times? You gotta do that? To really end yourself.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
turn off.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where is it now? Huh. Alright, well, I think it's time to go in here now. Right? I think I've seen most of everything in there. I mean, there's probably quite a few things I've missed, but I've seen most all things. We may as well go in here
Oh,
now.
good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Did we already go through this? Or did we? Whatever. So this is new content. Okay.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
Yep.
and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The
Okay.
original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Okay.
So forget
Yep.
this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Super
Which
ultra
is
deluxe.
why I'm very proud to announce
Super
for the
ultra
first
mega
time ever,
ultimate
the Stanley Parable 2.
2? Ah! The end is never the end again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory.
Wow, look at the
with
new
a fully fledged
desktop.
sequel.
Wow,
An
look at that.
entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what
427.
fans
Oh,
have
that's his
truly
number.
been
Ah.
asking for.
2, and then you got the paint line. Taste the sequel. Wow.
Calling
Investor
it the Stanley
showcase.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
I suppose, yeah.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley
That's
Parable
funny.
2. Now
That's funny.
An artistic
That
statement.
right there is a funny
It's
joke. Just this
future-oriented.
painting where it's
it
a...
screams progress and innovation.
This
and
is funny.
long-term
Like,
franchising
forget what he's saying in the
potential.
background, but this image right here on the wall, this monitor with an image on it is hilarious to me. And there's another one. Oh my goodness. I think it would be better if it would have just been the one. Because, like, you know, you have a bunch of other paintings than just the one to show off. But I don't know. Alright. Maybe it's not as good as I thought. But still, good joke. Very good joke. Wow. They got a bird computer. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Ah, okay. Cool. Boring section of the chart and cool red section of the chart. Heck yeah, dude. What does that say? Brett? Oh, there's another drawing here. Is this like some fan art somebody made? Kind of goofy looking. New mug. This is just Google Slides. Thanks for attending my meeting. Great. Oh, and then I got the computer there. Oh, that's really funny. Two Stanleys. No way.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look
like
at
the
some
red.
of the
It's a nice
features
color
I've been
of red.
developing for it. I figure that if I
Okay.
can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work
Portal
itself
2,
out.
Half-Life 2,
Game
Batman Arkham
development is
Asylum
much
2,
more
City,
of a fuzzy
Divinity
magic
Original Sin
than
2,
anything
Doom 2,
scientific
Aladdin
or
2,
logical.
Return of Jafar, Dark Souls 2. Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. Wasn't that a direct-to-DVD sequel? This way to the show floor. Okay, this is a slightly safer step. It goes down a bit. That's a bit safer of a curb. Whoa. Floating text. New content bus. Ah, cool. Then you get, you know, the photo op wall. Wow. Oh, that's just cool. Wow.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
We got merch with a QR code. If I had to guess, I'd bet you can scan that and actually buy some of this stuff. Okay. Office decorations, the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket, button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. I highly doubt that. Am I about to get doxxed here? Epilogue. Weird. Alright, let's check out the button. Is this gonna say my name? Now.
For the Stanley
Say
Parable
my
2,
name.
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually
That's a Skyrim cheese wheel. You
recognized
can't fool me.
and
That's not a button. That is a
validated.
Skyrim wheel of cheese on the
So
wall.
with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
You know who I am. Now, say my name.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name.
You're
whatever
goddamn
name that
wrong.
is.
That's not my
Now,
name.
Let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Jim.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want
Howdy.
you to imagine yourself
My name's
living
Jim.
as Jim, sleeping and waking
I go
as
to the gym.
falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply?
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting
Oh.
up the backstory. If you don't
Sorry.
properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the
But
impact
I
of
wanted
this
to hear it
button.
say Jim again.
Otherwise,
I thought
it's just
it was
a
kind of...
stupid button that says somebody else's name.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Okay, yeah. mhm.
Now,
Got it.
allow yourself to become Jim.
Howdy. Name's
Imagine
Jim.
yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim,
Okay.
staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim.
I don't think I would do
developing
that,
a
but if I'm
crippling
Jim, okay.
substance addiction as Jim.
Based?
Rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim.
No way.
And finally, dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
Is this a reference to Call
You
Me
feel it in
Kevin?
your soul? Are you really
Hold on.
truly Jim right now? If so, then
That sounds
please
like a Call Me
step
Kevin
forward and
reference, but
press
I had
the
to
button.
guess. That sounds like Jim Pickens. He probably played this game. I don't know if I watched his video on it. Ah, yes.
You
What a
see?
thrill.
What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you.
It's
Do it again,
me.
do it again.
I'm Jim. Of course.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If
That's-
this were the only
that's
new
what she
feature
said.
in the
Got
Stanley
him.
Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
That's funny, guys,
Let's
isn't
take
it?
a
I said
break
that's
from
what
the
she
Jim
said.
button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim.
Okay.
I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise,
No!
you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Well, the gym button's gone. Why do you put so many doors and empty rooms in this? Like, it looks cool, but like, if I'm not gonna be able to open the door, why put it there? You know, Chekhov's gun and all that. And like, why are the ceilings so high? Like, imagine having to change those bulbs. You'd have to like, how would you even get like? You couldn't get a ladder this big. You'd need like one of those crane things that like it's got like the X shapes and they like rise up with like a bucket on the thing and like a guy sits in it and it's got a lever, it goes up. I don't know what the name of it is, but like it's on wheels and you like maybe you could fit one of those through like one of those doors and like change out the lights here. But then you got the stairs, so that wouldn't be able to get up and change those light bulbs. These rooms are just impractical. Like some of the lights have already like burned out. Like you're not gonna be able to change them. I don't even know how you installed them in the first place. Whatever.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the
Please
work
no
of finishing this
screenshots.
feature.
Wait a second, where's the... There we go. I'm screenshotting their NFTs. There we go. Boop boop. The baby is grown up. That's crazy. There we go. Jump circle and infinite hole. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay, first we gotta check out the epilogue over here.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Probably.
Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Oh, I'm up here now. How'd I get up here? Is that a giant rotating Stanley? Settings, world champion, infinite hole, free achievement. Oh. What does this door say?
Aha! I can see you've gotten the settings
I
World
did!
Champion Achievement.
I got that
Award.
earlier today.
You've experienced every setting.
That's me.
Traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't
I really
seen.
like this meme. This is
So,
funny.
just for you.
Yay!
in the
Great
Stanley
job, you
Parable
did it.
2, I'm including an entirely new setting.
Oh?
Something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well,
It's
I
the
haven't quite
viscosity
figured
of the
that
bump,
part
I
out
would
yet,
imagine.
But I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider,
Hmm.
and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later.
Okay.
I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Wait, there was something about a buck. Oh, jump! The jump
You
circle.
know what? Let's bring the jump circle back
The
for
jump
Stanley
circle.
Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
Aw,
Oh, well.
darn,
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
darn. I wonder if you actually like don't go through all of them, if you can actually get them.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Whoa, what was this here before? I like this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece.
I that one's
it
good too.
is.
I almost picked that one. It's whatever, you know. It's fine.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
What's over here? Huh. Why is there so much stuff in
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever.
I don't know if I want to do that, though.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. Why did the roof just close down? I don't know if I want to jump in a hole that goes on forever. I don't want to do that. No, thank you. I'm not interested. If I want to jump in a hole forever, I would just, you know, open Portal, right? Because then you can kind of like... Was there anything up there? You can like place a portal above, oh, under you and below you. What's this? Question mark science. More hole, infinity falling more. Yes. Very useful dialogue. It just keeps going. Huh. Okay. Well, I missed a bucket or something. I want to go back and see the bucket. Can I go back? Jeez, I need a sprint in this game, like seriously. Oh, it just says Jim now. It's first it says the player's name, now it just says Jim. Did they change this sign too? Oh, they didn't change that. Okay. Reassurance bucket. Okay. Let's check this out.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Okay.
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps
So,
even
an item I can
comforting.
actually pick up?
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
I get to hold it?
it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable.
Ah.
Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Yeah.
Yes, the bucket is the perfect
So this is,
solution.
it's like the companion cube, you know? It's like the companion. Do I actually get to? Oh,
Feel
baby!
it?
Look at that!
Glow of comfort.
It's got
even in the face of
reflections
crushing
and
despair
animations.
Must already be sweet
Oh,
and
look
feel
at that!
good.
Look at the reflections,
In
dude.
fact, can I say that I
I
do
got a
believe
bucket.
the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Yeah.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Oh yeah.
The benefits
I got
of
a
the
bucket.
go on and on, don't they?
Heck
Everything
yeah.
more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, now I can go back. Cool. I'm glad I picked this up. Let's take the bucket places.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Times
There
New Roman,
really should
Road
be an
Greek
award if it
Transport
isn't
Heavy,
already.
Rocket Pop Half Italic, Orbitron Cool. I don't think these are real. I don't know if those are like half italic. You can't. That's not a real font. Okay. Every pause button is Roman numeral 2. Well, yeah. Who keeps messaging me? Okay, it's nothing. I keep getting, like, spam calls. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. We got all sorts of stuff and things. Okay, we are here. We saw jump circle, this map. Free achievement we haven't seen yet. Button that says the name. Yep, merch. We saw that. Settings world champion. We got the bucket. Office decorations. I think I saw that. Didn't I see that? Maybe. Saw epilogue. Yeah, no, I think I saw office decorations. That was the balloons. Collectibles. There's a cross from me. Infinite hole in the exit. Okay, I think we'll go with the infinite hole before we go to the exit. I at least want to try it, you know? Maybe it'll, like, kick you back out. Collectibles. Okay. Got a giant Stanley. Can you find them all? Oh, heck yeah. Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh.
I don't want to
That's
stifle the
freaky.
intrinsic
I
joy
thought that
of
was.
watching
I
a
didn't
number
realize.
go
That's
up.
like.
You
There are
simply
figures
collect all
there.
of them, and then you move the hell on with your
Oh,
unremarkable
God.
life.
Can I put the collectible in my bucket? Is it moving closer towards me? I don't know how well this shows up on stream. That's I'm gonna go. Why can I not move? Oh, I can go towards it. Oh, God. Oh. Yay! I got it. How can I find them all if there was only one?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Okay, new achievement. Alright, pull the lever, receive your new achievement, no more steps. I doubt it.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
No,
Well,
I don't.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I
Oh.
guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Well, that's a little disappointing. All right, so the hole then. I need the collectible. I only got 1 out of 6. I don't know where the other collectibles are. I think it was just like a demo. You know, he's gonna add more collectibles.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The hole. The hole is the last thing, I think. We're gonna jump down the hole, cause you know what? We may as well. All right, I got nothing left to lose. We'll jump down the hole. Cause what if it's not really infinite? You know? The question is, do I look down or do I look up? I guess I can do both. Well, sayonara. Ah! Well, at least I got a bucket.
Isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the
Do I have an
teleport
After Science
button to
long
pop
fall
back
boot
up
by
to the
chance?
top, and we can continue onward.
Wait. I get a teleport? Oh, okay, that's what you said in chat.
Now,
The
I don't
teleport
mean to
button.
be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do
Oh,
it
yeah.
on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I got my bucket, so I actually feel quite fine.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerate the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh?
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is.
How
it
are you doing?
Infinite?
Because
Well,
I'm
that
a
sort of
potato.
depends on your definition
if anyone's
of
gonna get that
infinity.
reference.
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature.
Oh.
It's more of a...
Aha! I knew it!
Good for you.
I
You
knew
found
it couldn't
the
be
bottom of the
infinite.
hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever.
Just the
Look,
two
I
of
think
us.
The issue here is just
We
that
can
you're
make it if we
unusually
try.
fascinated
Just
by
the
falling.
two of us.
What normal person
Just the
actually
two
wants
of
to
us.
fall infinitely?
Just the
I
two
figured
of
the
us.
hole was as deep as
Building
anyone would actually
castles
need.
in
Don't you put
sky,
this on
just
me.
the
Maybe
two
you're
of
the
us.
problem.
You and I.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all
How
this
are there
behind
cigarettes
us and
down here?
agree to just call the hole mostly.
I mean, I guess if there was a big hole that you
That
think
works
is
for
infinite, it
you?
would make sense to
Then
throw
go
trash
ahead
in there,
and press
but
the teleport button
you'd think there'd be
to
more.
walk up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Wait, what? If I click right mouse, that moves me forward? Did I bind that by accident? Weird. Okay. I guess I just never bothered to hit the right mouse button. Alright.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
So does the G only work in the hole?
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you.
Yeah.
The problem is that you like holes too much.
Nuh-uh.
Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever. till
I'm
the
hitting
end of
G,
time.
it doesn't do
Don't
anything
need
now.
to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
Oh.
Oh.
That was a
Did
lot
that hole
shorter,
seem
yeah.
even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less...
Yeah,
time
I
in
did
it
notice that.
before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole. I
Your
didn't
hole
think
is
it was
shrinking,
that
man.
Not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do.
Yeah, Portal
here.
2 is
If you
hilarious.
decide
I'd like
you've
to
had
play
enough
that
of
on a
the
stream
hole,
sometime.
You can hit the teleport button.
Definitely a big
and come
favorite of mine.
Join me up above.
Okay, so
Had enough?
naturally...
I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much
Naturally.
more to show you. And gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow.
Yep. That was
Okay.
not very...
Yeah.
That was a lot shorter.
I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
Of
I
course.
suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here,
Well,
let's try
I
something.
mean,
Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
It's not about the size of your hole. It's about how you use it, you know?
Well, there it is.
Oh.
The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth...
Oh, right, I can't jump.
see this scratching the itch.
Whoops.
Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever
This is like
in
in Minecraft when you build a 2-block deep hole and put mobs in it because they can't get out of it. Uh-oh.
Is the
Uh-oh.
button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment
Okay,
ago.
well, I don't
Try
think
it
it's working.
again. Still nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Ah!
You
No!
couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Come on, man.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Well, at least I got my bucket. Oh! It's kind of ominous sounding. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. We'll building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. What the heck? The hole was an elevator all along. Bucket, did you know about this? You did? Why did you tell me? Well, I'm sorry. I guess I should have listened better. Change your perspective? Ah! What? Ah! Oh my goodness! Ah, it's so dramatic! Boom! Dude! Wow. This is a rhythm game now. I gotta find the right beat. Change your reality. What the heck? Whoa. There's a lot of options in here. Change yourself. Whoa! There's like dinosaur bones. Whoa! What the heck? No way! Dinner bone Stanley. Isn't that the Minecraft thing where you make yourself flip upside down? Dog! Puppies! Whoa! Yeah, yes, yarp,
Stanley! Stanley!
Oh, I was having fun!
You're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there.
Dude, that was
Drifting
cool.
away into dreamland.
That was like...
But we can't have that, Stanley.
That was awesome!
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
You said you went away, man.
A single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip? What? What is that? Toodle pip? Huh? Excuse me? What the heck does toodle pip mean? What? Toodle pip. British people, explain. Is this a real thing you say? There's no way.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
I think we did everything. Because we got the collectible. We didn't get the achievement. Let's take a look at the map. The jump circle doesn't work. I think that's everything. Oh, it's a lower level. Is there an upper level? Perhaps. I'm pretty sure we've seen everything. At least in this section. Ooh, this is cool.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
I think so.
Ready to move on now?
Sure. Oh, someone left their bag here. Ooh. This
So,
looks
Stanley,
like a
what do you
planetarium.
think? Do you like all of the new features?
I think
Yes,
so.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere.
I think
Say,
so, yeah.
let's
No,
do
you
an
got some
experiment.
good working on here.
I'll
Oh,
arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
whoa. Oh, the collectibles. How do I get down there?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right?
The jump
It's
circle.
Sort of. Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Whoa.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a
The bucket.
coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
The
And I
jump
do
circle's
very much
also the
enjoy
infinite hole.
creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few
look
of
at
my
the
new
walls,
features into
like-
it. Tastefully, of
Huh.
course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
They're one-way
I suppose
walls.
It could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Yeah, sure. You take a sec. Take all the time you need.
Perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Ooh. Wait, he said there was a new setting. Where is the Blorbadorp or whatever it was? Bobble. There it is. The bumpscosity. So 0, 1, 12, 50, 76, 100, or 1,000. I want 1,000 bumpscosity. Heck yeah. Let's begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a
Oh, the
company in a big
balloons.
building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on
Yep.
the keyboard. Orders
Oh.
came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him
Bit of a
what
glitch
buttons to
effect going on.
push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427
How do you know what's
did
like the
every
difference
day
between
of
58 and
every
61
month of
milliseconds
every
is?
year.
There's no way you can
Although
know that
others might have
and get
considered
that
it
like
soul
right on the
crushing,
money.
Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Stanley Parable
Something that
2.
would forever change
Big
Stanley.
Red 2.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Okay.
No one had showed up to give him
the balloons are there.
instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This
Interesting.
complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Wait.
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he
okay.
got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Go.
All of his
Balloons.
co-workers were
I want to
gone.
pop the
What could
balloons.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No
Darn.
matter how hard Stanley looked, oh please, are you really just
I already
doing
got
this for
that
the
achievement.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no.
Oh, this is new.
I
Why'd you
can't
put that
just
there?
give these merits away for such little effort.
Bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Heck yeah. Bucket is back. I just remembered I have to take a test later today.
Stanley clutched the bucket
For my
tightly to
sales
his
class.
chest and entered the
It's
door
fine. I
with
already
an
studied for it. I can study for it later. I'll do good. I did good on the last one. Sorry, wait. What am I doing? I'm going through the door.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Yep.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
The
was
bucket
simply
is
the
telling
place
me
to
where to
be.
go. Of course.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
Probably.
this no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Oh.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Go somewhere
The
else.
Cargo lift, yes. Go there.
Go to the cargo lift. Ah.
Good.
Said the
So
bucket.
this is the bucket
Now
voice.
ride the lift all the way
Ride
to
the
the
lift
top.
all the way to the
There's
top.
something up there I need
There's
you
something
to do.
up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Well, if he's got an
But
annoying
Stanley
British
chose
voice,
not to
I'm gonna
think
know-
about
I'm
this
gonna ignore
obvious
him.
fact. He was
MLG.
firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Oh, apparently not, since I'm going this way.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see? There's a sign right there.
Oh,
It says,
no.
No buckets past this point.
What do I
Stanley,
do?
How could you think it was okay to bring the bucket?
Well, I
there?
didn't see that
Unless-
sign until now.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
I know what a bucket
suppose
is.
That would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay, okay. I guess I need bucket education.
Now then,
Whoa, what
I'm
the
going
heck?
to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right?
That
This
looks like a
should tell us
bucket.
everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Okay, good. I mean,
Okay, let's
let's just go over it.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I think so.
Incorrect. It is
What?
a hologram of a bucket, not an actual.
What do you do? Oh, eh? What?
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an
Okay,
actual
well,
bucket.
still, it could be used as a bucket. The first one, like, I get, you know, it's a hologram, so it can't be used as a bucket. This can still serve the purpose of a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
It's gotta be a bucket. Right? It's a bucket. Yay!
Is a bucket.
Huh.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Guys? What? Can I phone a friend? Chat, what do I do here, chat? Is this a bucket? Like, I guess you could put water in it. And like, it can move places, so it's kind of like a bucket. It's got kind of like a handle. I don't know. I don't think it's a bucket.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
Okay.
To be
Oof.
honest, I just sort
Thanks
of
for
put
your
this
help,
one
guys.
in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay. Next.
Yeah. Yeah. Making you look like an idiot, of course.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect. This. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
It's a bucket.
Trick question.
What?
Both.
What?
Gotcha.
What do you mean both? It's a what? What is it?
Item. Wait, hold on. I can't find
What do you
this
mean?
one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
What is happening?
Yes.
Yay!
There's nothing here.
Ah.
Of course it isn't a bucket.
Yeah,
we both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket,
So
that
it means
makes
everything
it
is
sound
a
like I'm
bucket?
saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
Oh.
Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Well, from a certain point of view.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Yeah, me
I've
too,
lost
man.
all sense of perspective.
I feel
What
the same
is
way.
a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift.
Yeah.
Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Your mom's a bucket. Got him.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
Don't take it
I'm
away.
going to erase all
No!
buckets from the game.
No, please.
Okay. Here we
This
go.
is all I have.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Because you made everything a bucket.
Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
You fool.
Oh my God! I had
What
no
have you
idea.
done?
How could? Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
Oh, good
and
job.
You, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
Okay.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now.
Yeah.
It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Sure.
Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
The nothing isn't a bucket turning into not like nothing isn't a, like everything is a bucket is a
God,
pretty
the
well written joke.
bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming.
Yeah.
1,000?
Yeah.
You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
I don't know. Like, you give me the setting, I'm gonna put it all the way up, you know?
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms,
Ah.
and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Alright, this time I'll go where you want.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
The broom closet better still be in this version.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
The broom closet.
Oh, Stanley, Can you feel it?
What?
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
It wants my
You
bucket?
can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning
They
supplies.
think they can take my
Don't
bucket
feel it,
from
Stanley.
me.
Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet
That's
is putting
true.
on your shoulders right now.
But
you
you're
have to
putting
be
pressure
strong.
on my
This
shoulders.
is your bucket. This is your
Shoulders.
companion
Shoulders.
and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name calling now, it seems. Is this how low
I
the
can't believe you,
has
broom
sunk
closet.
that it has to resort to this stream
Call
of
me
petty
names.
insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
You're not getting my
Stanley,
bucket, broom
I
closet.
never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
How could you say
That your
that?
relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
What?
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any
Hey!
inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never.
No.
Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
This is my
Maybe
bucket.
tell the broom
This
closet
is my
offer its
bucket. I
demanding
think it's
comments.
cool. It's been
Expand on
with
the
me.
wide variety
It
of
means a lot to
experiences
me.
you and the bucket
Okay?
have shared together.
Like we went through a lot
Go
of
through
rooms
each
together.
of them
We go
point
through
by
doors.
Share
We
your
like
journal
we
and
do all
don't
sorts of
detail
cool
the
stuff
rich
together.
emotional
It's a
landscape of your
bucket.
feelings for
You
the
can
bucket
put stuff
as
in
they
it.
change
You can
and
then
evolve
move
over
that
the
stuff
years.
somewhere and dump the stuff out of the bucket and then use it again. And it's just a great bucket. All right, I carry it around. It's useful to me. I really happen to like this bucket. Okay.
I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and
Okay,
for
good,
all.
okay.
Here we go.
Ah!
There.
Heck
Now
yeah!
settled. No more debate. No more discussion.
My
Take
bucket.
a hike, broom closet.
Yeah.
With all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their
You tell 'em.
relationship to broom closets in the natural order
my
of
bucket.
things.
Goodbye, broom closet.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on. Coming to a staircase.
Oh.
Stanley
Wait,
and the
wait, what
bucket
was he
walk
saying about the-
upstairs to the
Oh.
boss's office.
Cool. Why don't we take the bucket down here? Collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature
Wait,
Stanley figurines.
they're
Remember,
actual collectibles.
No reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Well,
You
I still
can't
want
buy
that.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Cool.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
Ah,
His
we're
boss
in the
would
loop
think
again.
He was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He
Crazy.
looked down at the bucket.
I was
in his
crazy
arms.
once.
Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. Well, that's strange, Stanley thought.
Wait, how did the
Usually
second
bucket is a
sticker
source of
get-
guidance
look at
and
that.
wisdom
Look, it's
for
like-
me in difficult
There was the
times such
first
as
one was the
these.
property of Stanley
He
sticker.
held
How
the
did that
bucket
one get
close,
on top
yet felt none
of the
its
second
familiar
sticker?
Reassurance and comfort. And
Like
that's
you
when
can see, like on the
Stanley
corner
realized
there, it's like on top
this
of
isn't
the
my
yellow one.
bucket.
How did that happen?
It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone
No,
else's
it says
bucket?
property of
This is
Stanley
all
on it. It's
terribly
my
wrong.
bucket.
Surely no good
No!
can come from this.
Where did it go?
Who knows what sorts of bizarre
Ah!
hallucinations Stanley
Where did
might
the bucket
experience
go?
without the psychologically grounding
It had a
presence of
sticker
his
saying it was a property of Stan. What?
Now he noticed
Where
the
is it?
rooms were repeating, which was
Bucket!
of course very odd.
Bucket!
He felt himself
Where did you
sinking to
go?
the ground. Oh, gracious.
Bucket!
Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad.
No!
Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Bucket, please come back.
Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
I'll save you, funny British bucket.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Wait, these-
None of them were his. None of them
These
were
aren't my
his special
buckets.
bucket.
My bucket has stickers on
Find me,
it.
Stanley, find me.
He had
Ah.
to find the bucket. He
Ah.
had to return to his old friend.
Ah.
It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And
Ah.
then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
No!
It was incredibly painful.
The bucket is inside me?
Doubled over in agony and blacked out.
No! The real bucket was the friends we made along the way.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on
No!
this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Exactly.
Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
I can't believe
Perhaps
they
he
take
didn't
my
even
bucket away
realize
from me.
He'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything.
Of
Heck,
course.
yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass.
Well,
And she
congrats to her.
backed all the way to work.
What? While holding the bucket? Really? Huh. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Guys,
memo.
turn your computers off.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Figurines finder today. Meeting in the meeting room.
The confusion and the
Bucket.
chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Okay. Meeting room then? Is there a collectible? Is that what it's gonna be? In the meeting room?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Trust the completionist instinct. Okay, inside the sequel exhibit. Large room, lots of boxes. I know where that is. Okay. Stairs. Red and blue, okay. Nearby a fireplace. Wait, how do I get to red and blue? Do I have to leave the bucket behind? Nearby a fireplace, okay. The bathroom, okay. The bathroom and a fireplace. Got it, thank you. Very important. Not in the broom closet. We went down the stairs, okay. Now,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
yes!
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
We got it!
This,
Heck yeah!
There really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Okay.
Stanley figs. What about Stanlerines?
I think the first one was...
I think I
no,
did.
you had it with the
Another
first one.
Stanlerine under
No,
your
mini
belt.
stands is better. Sorry, man. It's just... It's not working. In the elevator, perhaps? I don't see a collectible in here. Is there a fireplace in here?
Stepping into his manager's office,
Oh,
Stanley
it's
was
behind
once
the
again
fireplace,
stunned
probably.
to discover not an indication of any human life.
What is it?
Crushed by
Like,
the weight of this revelation,
2,
Stanley may
8,
have
4,
broken
5.
down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
I think so.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Where's the collectible? I look behind the fireplace. Should it not be here? I thought that's what... Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And
Yeah.
now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies.
Okay,
What
well,
do you
that's
think,
even
Stanley?
worse. Both of those
What
suck.
name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number
Like
in the
Mini
corner of your
Stands
screen
was
door
already a
by
good
one.
name. You should have just
Let me
stuck with
sip on
that.
it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I'm sorry, but like, it's just Mini Stands was already the best one you had.
The
Okay.
elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all
Yeah.
Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Okay.
Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay. I'll trust you, Bucket. We can get through this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
We got this, Bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring
It's okay,
it
Bucket.
that
Don't worry.
everything would be fine.
We'll get through this.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
There's the
What
pirate
kinds
employee.
of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first
I don't know.
place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Hey, who are you calling feeble?
No! He screamed into the bucket.
Ah!
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His
Come on,
one
Bucket, we
friend
can-
in
we
the
can do
entire
this.
world. At this point, he could trust
Bucket,
no
do you know how to
one
turn the
except
machine off?
for the bucket.
If I hit the control button again?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking,
They're not labeled
eating,
with that,
working,
though.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Alright. Let's go, Bucket.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Mm-hmm.
Was it over?
Is this it? Did we do it, Bucket?
Yes, they had done it.
Yes!
Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away.
Come on.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Really?
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
That actually
Both
does
of
sound
them
kind of
wanted
cool.
to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
That
True,
seems
it
kinda
was a
stupid.
simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
Uh-oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be free?
No.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in
Oh,
uncertainty.
no.
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of
No.
the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not
No,
while he
please.
has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Yeah.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about
Can I at
to
least get a
find
light
out.
or something? Oh! Bucket. Where a bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Come on, bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
We gotta go to the room
Stanley
with
clutched
boxes.
the bucket tightly to
and,
his chest. This was not
and-
the correct
and
way
the-
to the meeting room.
The room with the
Stanley had felt
doors.
the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
What does that say?
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through
short
the door on
history
the
of
right,
the
then walking to the lounge, then
reunions
arriving at the
between
lounge.
Poland
What a
and-
thrilling journey the bucket had
Relations between
inspired.
Poland and Austria-Hungary. Interesting. Sorry, what were you saying, narrator?
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home.
Oh, really?
Here in the employee lounge.
Well, I kind of hate it in here
Perhaps
because of
it's
the unsafe
only
step.
place a bucket can even feel at home. Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge.
Yeah, take your
Clearly,
time,
the
bucket.
and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
What, do you want a cold drink or something? What if we put the cold drinks in the bucket? Then we could carry them around and have cold drinks whenever we want. Okay, fine.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get
Nuh-uh.
back to business,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes.
Look, the
go there.
collectible.
Go to the cargo lift.
Come on.
You're getting
Yay!
close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll
Stop
collect
changing the
first
name.
one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then.
Truly.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
How do I... Do I, like... Can I get down there now?
But Stanley
Oh.
feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation
I-
of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death,
Well,
that they might die in one another's arms.
I thought the boxes
How
might
deeply touching.
break my fall, or maybe the bucket would. Okay, I have a theory. I know this
How
sounds like a
wonderful.
crazy idea.
Stanley was alone.
I think I have to
Finally,
leave the bucket
this is
behind,
great,
as
he thought to himself. This is
it
what I
says,
wanted
because
all
there's a
along.
door that said buckets
I
can't go
got
past
what
this
I
point.
wanted.
But I have to go past that point. I'm sorry, bucket. I have to leave you. I'll be back soon enough. I'm sorry. But I have to know the truth.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee
I'm
lounge
getting that last
first,
collectible,
just
all
to
right?
admire it.
That's all I care about now.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before.
Oh yeah?
Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room?
Well, I really don't
I
like
mean,
this room.
Truly, truly, deeply, madly, love.
No, I don't love this room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting,
Okay,
Stanley.
here we go.
Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that
It just
convinced
says
that
danger.
I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you. To
Yeah,
show
no
you
buckets
something
past this
beautiful.
point.
Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No,
And
I
there
picked
it
up the
is,
collectible.
The last Stiggly Wiggly.
Okay, that's
Savor
just the
this
worst
moment,
one.
Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
Heck yeah.
This is doing something just for the sake
I
of
love
doing
that.
it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its
Yeah.
own reward.
I feel good
I
about
would
that.
tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
Okay.
So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
Yay.
And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Oh, that's true. I'll go through the blue door, I guess.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm gonna go through the blue door again.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, at this, I'm curious what happens if you go in at this point.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier.
So I've
if
already
we
done this
just
part. I did this earlier
stopped.
today.
And I think I have a solution.
Wasn't there another choice I
Here,
could make here?
Let me show you.
I don't remember where this goes.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Oh, this is just the jump off part. Ah, okay. Let's begin. The sequel is now paused. Let's begin the game again. Because I already saw everything in there, I'm pretty sure. Wait, where are the balloons? Oh, phooey. What's the...
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
Yeah?
Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Oh,
it
this
just
is
the most
weird.
intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Look
Didn't
at
it
that.
fill you to the
That's-
brim with inner richness?
Oh, that's really
Yes, I know
weird
you're
looking.
supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I
Whoa.
would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay. We're back here again. When Stanley found the collectibles. I could live here, man. This is like really nice. Big triangle house. Whoa.
Here's where it all began.
We're back here.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so
true.
innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7. 7. You make 7. Oh, I'm
And
just-
here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Huh.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand?
It was the
Can you
boss's
remember?
bathroom. I found the fourth one in the office. This is kind of funny.
Hey, that's exactly right.
Exactly.
It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
That's true. That's true.
I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory.
I mean, I
that
just did them,
shouldn't
like,
be surprised.
not even an
After
hour
all,
ago.
Science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
I don't think that's accurate, but okay. Let me go
Let's see.
over
What came
here.
next?
This isn't right. I was in the
Oh
boss's
yes, we
office.
found a Figley in this pink room.
No, we
Well,
didn't.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I'll take it. That's why are we at 10 now? I was at. Is that? Is that right? I feel like we skipped 9. Ooh.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact,
Yeah.
because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
No way! Oh, this is awesome. Oh, this takes me back, dude. They even put it in like 480p. No, this is like 144p, dude. Oh, I love this. Windows Movie Maker. Oh, this is brilliant. I love this. Heck yeah, dude. Take me back. Thanks for watching. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Absolute cinema. Holy.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Absolutely. See, this game has some great humor.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Yeah.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh. Huh. What the heck? You are in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
This is like that scene from Spaceballs. This is what's happening in the movie right now.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on.
Yeah, I was making a
Stop the
Spaceballs
loading
joke.
Screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here
There we
and keep
go.
enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
No, I was gonna make a Spaceballs reference, but I can't remember how the scene goes. So my
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
I'm gonna get so many collectibles, man.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video
Yeah.
we watched?
Just speed through it again.
Yes, I love that video.
Oh, you actually can't fall in this part. It's like completely on rails. They put up invisible walls. Yeah, made up
Still
pink
don't
room.
remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one.
Yeah, you
Good
lied
room,
about
though.
this one.
A solid room.
Alright, back to the bathroom.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
There better be some meaning to all this. What happens if I go over there? Nothing. There's nothing here. Okay. Come on. Now we go back down the stairs.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Whoa. Oh, okay, there we go.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want.
Oh, they're all reaching out for a high five.
Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there?
Whoosh.
What
High
came
five,
before
guys.
this?
Green exit, I guess. Of course. The big collectible. Are we back at the jump circle?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more memories. Oh, yes, the two dwarfs.
Of
Who could have
course.
forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
You're just forcing me to go. Oh. Yeah, there is no choice. And we're back in the office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
The intro
There's
video, I
something
guess.
feel I
The
can
main
remember.
menu.
I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then, I was different.
Okay.
I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical.
Okay.
I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then
Yes.
somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me.
Really?
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes,
Perhaps.
perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a
Relatable,
wonderful
honestly.
companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling this story so very much.
One last time.
Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it.
What?
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What? Huh? I'm being followed? Bucket, I need you.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
What is that balloon doing?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I
But
just
Stanley had
intrinsically
stopped the
don't
bucket
want to do
calling
it.
to him,
I
telling
know
him
it's not
that
the right thing to do.
employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
So that goes to the meeting room. Where does this go again? I forget where this goes.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What the heck?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
The lion,
We've
wife,
come
and
together
baby.
here because we care about you very much.
And
It's this
computer.
bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
Yeah?
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
Yeah?
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel.
Wait, where's
They
the
want
Broom
more of
Closet?
their
Oh, there it
favorite
is.
jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
Wife,
Don't you want another
what do you
story
think about
involving
this?
the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the
Yes!
fans want. Let's do it. Whee!
Whee!
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I love the line.
Now this is what the
Oh.
Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the
Ooh.
original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like
Was
this.
that in this game, or was
But
that like
if
only
we
in the
want
demo?
to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I love the sound of footsteps. I mean, I guess, yeah. It's kind of cool. Wait a second. I get how the line painted on the concrete works. How does it work painted on this grate? Shouldn't there be holes in it?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket
No. No, you
I think
can't.
it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality
No.
that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
I should have known.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
This is
Surely you don't need me
this
to
is like
spell
in
it out.
Portal when you. I mean, the bucket is like the companion
Go ahead
cube.
now, Stanley.
They give it to the player
Say goodbye
and
to
be
the
like,
bucket,
"This is cool,"
and then pop it into the
and
machine
then
when you're ready.
they take it away from you. They force you to destroy it. This is just the companion cube all
Now
over
listen
again.
to
I've
me.
seen this story
It's
beat
crucial
before.
that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
Well, my
Sure,
thing
I can
is
hear you
carrying
saying,
buckets.
How does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Yeah.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's
You
really like
lie.
10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
The
Broom
bucket.
Closet? Certainly not.
Okay,
I
the
wonder
Broom
what
Closet's
sort
pretty
of
good.
Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry.
No!
We can't get
Never!
classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket
Ah!
Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
No!
Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans.
No,
Stanley.
I
Give
can't.
The fans what they
I
want.
can't
Hurry.
destroy the bucket.
Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you. Tell such
Like what? Destroy
spellbinding
buckets?
stories about you. All of it
Why didn't you make a
now.
narrator destroyer, huh?
Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Not really. Hope you guys turned your brightness down. Okay, no, it's going away now. Just white screen. Wait, I thought you said one last time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, fine. Do you think the bucket can help me destroy or take over the mind control
Still
machine?
no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
That's new. That was a different text before. Okay, what is it again? Oh,
Stepping into his manager's office,
Was it
Stanley
piano
was
here?
once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Why would you
Crushed by
put a
the weight
globe
of
on the
this
bottom?
revelation,
Whoa,
Stanley may
what?
have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
Of course.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor
Well,
in
it's
his
right
bliss
here.
of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad was
2854?
2845.
Oh.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
We're going here again. Wait, I didn't try the escape route yet. I gotta try the escape route. Of course. With my bucket. The bucket will protect me.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Well, buckets can't die. They can get destroyed, but they can't die. Only I can
The door
die.
behind them
All
was
right?
not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah, it's fine.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Whee! Whoa! Alright, here we are, the big crusher machine. What's even the point
As
of
the
this?
machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to
Why would anyone need one of
Stanley
these?
reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be
No.
sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led
Hello,
helplessly
other
into the
narrator.
enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Yeah? Ah! See, we're okay, Bucket. We got narrator lady here.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
I would agree.
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Yeah. It's bright in here. Welcome back to the grand exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a carnivorous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learned here out with you into the world? Will you accept an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? I don't know.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
But it had my name on it.
That blinded him. Can
That's
you
pretty.
see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be?
This is
in
way
his
more than
short
25
life?
buckets. What do you mean it's 25 buckets? That's... Okay, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4... Like, maybe 25 buckets that are, like, more of a white color. But even then, there's got to be more than... That's not 25 buckets. I know how much 25 is. That's way more than 25. Bucket with 2 handles. Whoa. Dozens are put to death for just attempting it. Okay. Intense bucket lore. Inferno bucket? What? No one can control a bucket. Okay. Stress bucket? Ah. Presented with... Okay. I get it. You put all your worry in the bucket and then you let it drain away. Buckets apparently predate the existence of mankind. Yeah. Sure.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Yeah.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Okay. The hanging bucket. So what, do I just jump into the hole? Yeah. Oh. Thanks, bucket.
But there is something we can do.
Yeah?
Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Oh, we're back here.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision for...
Okay. What was the point of that?
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Wait, did that say something? Like important? The bucket's still here.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley
There's so
just
much new dialogue.
smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the
There is
door
probably
on the
much
left.
more to see still, but like, I don't know. I feel like I've seen enough for today. It was pretty funny. I liked all the stuff that we saw in this game. Very cool. It still feels like I've only scratched the surface. Like there's a ton of hidden stuff probably. But still. Very cool game. Very big fan of this. Actually, I'm curious, what happens if we put the viscosity down to like 1? We'll leave it on 1. See if that changes anything if I stream this again, which I don't know if I will, but maybe I will. So, thanks everyone who was here. For the last little bit, there really wasn't much of any people here, but, you know, starts the beginning part. There's a decent amount of people who showed up. So, thanks, anybody or anyone who watched this on the VOD, all that.